Imagine this. You've got all the power and wealth in the world. What's the first thing you'd do? Well, how about building yourself a lakeside retreat covered in pure gold? Believe it or not, that's exactly what one ruler of Japan did when he retired in the year 1399. Hi, I'm Courtney, and today we are traveling to Kyoto to look at the incredible Kinkakuji, also known as the Temple of the Golden Pavilion, one of the most iconic architectural landmarks in Japan. The Golden Pavilion was built as a retirement retreat by Ashikaga Yoshimitsu, who was a powerful shogun or a military ruler of Japan. Yoshimitsu was only 10 years old when he became shogun. He was the third shogun during the Muromachi period in the 14th century. After years of serving as ruler of Japan, he retired at age 37 to the Kitayama district of Kyoto, where he constructed the ultimate golden retirement retreat after taking vows to become a Buddhist monk. Buddhism, one of the world's largest religions, which has its origins in ancient India, was popular in Japan at the time. The religion teaches that life is suffering, but through good behavior and cultivating one's mind through meditation, one can achieve enlightenment or nirvana. In a portrait of Ashikaga Yoshimitsu, we see him with a shaved head and the subdued robes of a Buddhist monk, holding Buddhist prayer beads. Yoshimitsu was known for his devout faith in Buddhism and his avid interest in the arts. In fact, he loved collecting art as much as some kids and adults love collecting Pokemon cards today. He had an immense collection of ink paintings by both Japanese and Chinese artists. With his interest in art and his eye for beauty, it's not surprising that he wanted to spend his retirement in a location with gorgeous gardens and an extravagant retreat to carry out the rest of his life in style. Originally, the land where the Temple of the Golden Pavilion stands was the site of an aristocratic mansion with extensive gardens. Ashikaga Yoshimitsu purchased the land from the aristocrat who owned it in 1397 and built the Golden Pavilion at the site in 1399. So what choices did Yoshimitsu make to create his dream retirement retreat? The Golden Pavilion is a three-storied structure situated on an artificial lake overlooking serene gardens. The first floor of the pavilion is made of natural wood with walls of white plaster, while the second and top floors are covered with brilliant gold leaf. On sunny days, the Golden Pavilion reflects in the tranquil lake, creating an illusion of a six-storied structure. Each floor of the pavilion is in a different style to represent a different function for each space. Let's take a closer look, because you won't want to miss a single detail about this enchanting retreat. The first floor of the Golden Pavilion is in the style of a Heian period aristocratic mansion called a shinden. The Heian period preceded the Muromachi and lasted from 794 to 1185. It is a period in Japanese history that is characterized by the tastes and opulence of the court nobility. Nobility of this period lived in shinden mansions, which were constructed of wood. They had roofs made of bark and open interiors divided by large painted folding screens and cloth curtains. A unique feature of shinden mansions is their lattice-work windows, which are on hinges and can be swung open to expose the inner space of the mansion to a beautiful landscape garden with a stream flowing into a pond outside. It's like bringing the outdoors right into your living space, creating a seamless blend of nature and luxury. The first floor of the Golden Pavilion, with its hinged latticework windows that can be pushed open, harks back to these luxurious mansions of the Japanese past. We can easily imagine the retired shogun relaxing on the first floor of his retirement retreat, looking out across the crystal lake at the majestic scenery that changes with each passing season. Whether it's the vibrant colors of spring, the lush greenery of summer, the fiery hues of autumn, or the serene beauty of winter, he had front row seats to nature's spectacular show. The second floor of the Golden Pavilion is in the Buke style, which means it's in the style of samurai residences, which were simpler and more practical than aristocratic shinden mansions. Samurai, members of the warrior or military class in Japan, were more focused on strategy and strength than on fancy interior decoration. It seems fitting for the retired shogun, once one of the most powerful men in Japan, to have both a luxurious aristocratic shinden mansion-style floor and one that reflects his military background. The exterior and the interior are covered in gold leaf to represent his power and wealth, even in retirement. The second floor has an L-shaped plan, with a balcony tucked into the right angle of the L shape. Even the balcony and the railing around the second floor are covered in gold. The balcony was used to observe the gardens and as a moon viewing platform. Imagine standing on this balcony on the night of a full moon as the moon casts its shimmering reflection into the lake below. The top floor of the Golden Pavilion is in the style of a Chinese temple, with a golden phoenix perched on top of the roof. It is square in shape and is also covered in pure gold leaf on both the exterior and in the interior. Do you see the space between two posts on the exterior? That space is called a bay. So you can say the top floor is 3 by 3 bays, perfectly square. This room functioned as a temple. Originally, there was a statue of Amida Buddha, surrounded by 25 sculptures of bodhisattvas, or enlightened beings. Amida, or Amitabha, is the Buddha of the Western Paradise, or the Pure Land. Pure Land Buddhism is a special type of Buddhism that teaches that if a person cannot be enlightened in this lifetime, which is the ultimate goal of Buddhism, they might have a chance to be reborn in the Western Paradise of Amida Buddha if they live a good life. If this happened when someone passed away, Amida Buddha himself would float down from the Western Paradise on a purple cloud with 25 bodhisattvas to take their souls on the journey to this beautiful heavenly place. So you might say the top floor of the Golden Pavilion brings Amida's descent from the Western Paradise to life. In this room, Yoshimitsu could contemplate a joyful meeting with Amida Buddha and his host of enlightened beings. This arrangement of sculptures may have been similar to those in the Heian period temple, the Phoenix Hall of Byodo-in, which is designed as a 3D representation of Amida's descent from the Pure Land. Temples like these offered hope to believers in a happy afterlife. After Yoshimitsu died at age 49, he wanted the Temple of the Golden Pavilion to be converted from a residence to solely a Zen Buddhist temple. Zen is a branch of Buddhism that focuses on meditation as the key to enlightenment. The Golden Pavilion was then renamed Roku-onji, or the Deer Garden Temple. Unfortunately, the temple was burned down by a disgruntled monk in 1950. However, like a phoenix rising from the ashes, it was rebuilt in 1955 and is believed to be a close replica of the original building that Yoshimitsu lived in during his retirement. If you ever visit Japan, it's definitely worth a visit to this gorgeous temple and its gardens. As you stroll along the garden paths, you'll be treated to changing views of the temple of the Golden Pavilion with each step you take. You can't escape its golden glow.